Hey y'all, it's Amanda, and today we're going to be working on my sister's front porch. Okay, so today's front porch is going to be a little bit different than other front porches that I've done in the past for specific reasons. This is a new house for my sister. She's never had a porch ever in all of her married life, and she doesn't want to spend a ton of money on the porch. What we're really going to be doing is we're going to be investing a little bit of money in some foundation aspects of the front porch that she can build on for years to come. And then we're just going to be filling in with some really cheap DIY ways to make big, bold impact and decor that she already owns. So the focus of her decor is joyful. She loves bright colors, so we focused on very bright red. She already had several things that had a black and white theme to them, so we're going to incorporate that as well, and just really trying to be cost effective. So let's get started. So when I was getting started, I was feeling a little unsure of what I wanted it all to look like. So I started simply by just dressing the sofa with current pillows and throws that we already had, just so I could see the color scheme start to come together. So Elisa requested topiaries on either side of the door, but we certainly did not want to go out and spend a ton of money. We had seen several for like $100 each, which was ridiculous. So I picked these up off of Facebook, 20 bucks for both of them. The lights do not work, but you're going to see how I extend their height and extend their fullness throughout the video to make them look absolutely spectacular by the end. This is one of my favorite ways to dress a door so that it is a big, dramatic, bold design statement, and it especially works well since she has a dark color on her door, so the red ribbon contrasts. But basically, I just wrap this like a big, giant present, and it is absolutely beautiful, and you can see their door from the street, and so this is a really bold way to dress the door without doing something traditional like a wreath. Okay, so this was the other massive request for Elisa. She really wanted to have garland across the top of the porch. She likes a very traditional look. She lived a big part of her life in Virginia, and typically the houses are decorated with simple garlands, red bows, wreaths, candles in the windows, very simple. So garland costs a lot of money, so we started simply with going across the front of the porch and then also enough for the front door, or at least the top front of the front door. And she purchased these from Amazon, so theoretically in the future she should be able to order some more next year and build on the amount that she has. And these really work as a foundation for the design, having these beautiful green garlands, and then she can add and change colors and themes over the years. Okay, so now the base, the foundation of the design is finished. And so now we're going and adding some beautiful decor touches. We didn't want to buy a lot, so we utilized this wreath that I already had from the past. I literally had this thing 10 plus years, but we added a big red bow to tie it in with the design and some of those floral picks that are over on the basically thrifted topiaries so that the design continues to tie together. And repeating elements is key to keeping this all working together. Instead of looking at all these like separate decor ideas, it's one big picture together. And here the boys are carrying over all the Amazon boxes that I wrapped up. I chose red with white snowflakes on it, and then kind of a dark, kind of gray black charcoal paper. I think works really, really good. We went back and added lights into the garlands. There were existing lights, but they weren't very bright. So we added this strand of cluster garland lights, which works really well and illuminates it beautifully. And then started tucking in all of the wrapped boxes. This is my go-to way to fill a porch, make something look absolutely beautiful for cheap. The boxes were all boxes that we already had. You can ask in your neighborhood area if anybody else has boxes, and then wrap them with inexpensive wrapping paper, and then you are done, which is super awesome. And then of course tying in the red velvet ribbon to all of these really continues to help tie the design together. So this front sofa gets used quite a bit. My niece and nephews hang out on this whenever they're getting picked up by us to go places. And my sister and her husband utilize it as well for coffee and wine. And so I decided to go back after I'd gotten through most of the design and add more pillows and more throws just to make it more cozy, more texture, and then more of a statement. Making sure that we keep those black and white pillows so that everything kind of ties in well. All right, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was fun. Putting up garlands up high was something I'd never done before, so that definitely was something that's a little harder than I anticipated, but definitely having like screws and nails in there to support it really helps, especially on a day like today where it's very blustery outside. But I really feel like it came together, and I really think we did a good job focusing on some basic base elements that she can build on over the years, specifically the garlands and lights. Those aren't cheap, and she wanted some nice full ones, and so we got started with those, which is really fun. And then we were able to add really cost-effective elements to add really bright pops of color and texture into her space without a lot of money. Specifically, those Amazon boxes are wrapped in bright Christmas paper, wrapped with bright red ribbons stacked in different places. That's just such a fun way to fill the space up, make it really fun and whimsical without a lot of cost. And then, of course, incorporating everything you see here is between myself, my mom, and my sister pulling all of our decorations together. And, you know, it's really silly that we've just now discovered that that's something that we should be doing. We should be trading and exchanging and saving our decor and different things so that over the years we can kind of change and rotate and get different looks without buying a bunch of new stuff. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Christmas porch. This is my last Christmas porch of the season. I will now be moving over. I'm going to do some work in my mother-in-law's winter garden. I've got a couple of more winter projects, including the vintage urns in the backyard. We're going to be filling those up with Christmas greens and just making them fun and whimsical for the season. But I'm feeling really good. I'm glad I got this last big project done. All right, y'all. As always, she's a mad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.